What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jersey Comic. Chris and Rob here, struggling to get by after a Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, my belly.
Oh, man. And we have some big, nerdy trailers we have to go over. Of course, there was going to be some stuff in the Super Bowl. Today, we are going over Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The full trailer dropped right before the game, and there is so much to cover. So, Rob, let's watch this, and let's talk about it.
I'm ready. Eyeballs. Darkness. No, all right, let me stop. Oh, that's sick.
The same dream.
Alternate universe. Same thing.
Oh my God, who's that? Oh, is that Ragman? No, that's DC. Oh,
did he capture Dormammu?
That's kind of what it looked like. Maybe one of the
Nightmare?
versions of him
he
did.
said Nightmare. Nightmare's a character.
Maybe.
What I had to do.
Oh. That's Wanda kind of magic right there, though.
Mm-hmm. The chaos magic.
Everything strange.
What? Wong looks like he got beat to hell.
Doorway between universes.
Oh,
We don't
man.
know who or what will walk
there's so
through it.
Oh. Rich McGann.
Wanda.
I'm telling you, I think Wanda's
What
going
do
to be
you know
evil.
about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
A Minotaur.
What?
He was right.
Dark cloud coming in. This movie's going to be huge.
Dude, I'm getting Loki vibes.
Oh, what is that?
I'm sorry, Stephen.
Multiverse.
Yeah.
Your desecration of reality.
Oh, he's going to jail for all his stuff. Ultron bots?
Dude,
Council of Reeds, maybe?
We should
The
tell
voice.
them the truth.
Charles.
Illuminati?
Illuminati? No.
It has to be.
No.
Oh, the George Perez, love it.
Things just got out of hand.
That looks like, dude, that looks
Is that
like
Nova?
That's Captain Marvel
You think so?
fighting against Wanda. Is that Maria Rambeau?
To become a hero.
I don't
America
know.
Chavez is in this too? You saw America Chavez?
Yeah, I saw her. Wanda talked about, yeah, she knows that Wanda's going
Makes
to be evil.
sense.
That doesn't
But-
seem fair.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Wanda's going to, yeah, it is America Chavez.
But she's not wrong. Oh, this is...
What happened to her face?
Dude.
Oh, who's that? That's the evil
Zombie?
Strange?
Zombie Strange? Dude, what if is real? What if is happening?
I don't know if what if is happening. I don't know if anything is happening, man.
What if is happening?
So because of what if, anything and everything is possible, right? So that's its own side thing, right? Whether it's the what if show is canon or not, it doesn't really matter. There's so much craziness in this trailer. I don't know how to process it, but I do think my big theory is that Wanda is going to be the villain. I think we're going to see Wanda's going to be this next overarching villain that the Avengers and magicians and everybody's going to have to deal with and take on. Too many of these little scenes here, we see Wanda, like, isn't that, like, wrong that, like, if you do this, you're the hero. I do this, I'm the villain. And, like, her looking back on herself, all this, like, anger and frustration. I think this is the beginning of Wanda becoming this great and powerful darkness that the universe needs to fear.
I don't necessarily think she's going to be the villain. More so as she's going to have her own agenda and be more of an anti-hero.
Okay.
I don't know if Disney and Marvel are going to push one of their biggest female characters into the darker role when you have, number one, you have Agatha Harkness sitting there waiting for her own show.
Yeah.
And she's already a villain. They could. I mean, I just don't know how it's going to work as far as Wanda just becoming a villain out of just the pain and suffering over Vision and the unfairness of it all. But I think Wanda's going to be more of an anti-hero and have her own agenda, which ruins kind of what Strange is trying to accomplish in this movie. And not so much as a villain, more of like a nuisance and being like, no, I need to make sure my kids are okay kind of thing. But dude, the heart of this trailer.
Yeah, God.
We got Ultron Sentries walking Strange into, like, Mordo has this line where he's like, you gotta, the bill will come due, right? This is stuff he talked to about with Doctor Strange in the first movie about you can't just mess with magic in certain times and places. You can't just do what you want, Strange, and mess with time and reality, which is, again, what he kind of did in Infinity War and Endgame, right? And this is where it's going to come due. It seems like there's going to be a council of the Illuminati, which in Marvel is nothing to do with the really annoying stuff that you see in a Dan Brown novel.
Yeah.
It is a council of superheroes that kind of become their own. Think of like the X-Men Council, right? Or the Council of Reeds or something. They kind of maintain order throughout the realities, throughout dimensions, throughout different universes to kind of make sure nothing goes completely off the beaten track, which we also saw in Loki.
I also think that the Illuminati, I mean, before in like the Marvel comics, it was characters we knew from the 616, right?
Yes.
I think in this, since we have the ability to play with all these different dimensions, stuff like that, it would be perfect and make the most amount of sense that this Illuminati Council is from all different realities, right? Yes. Like it's Patrick Stewart's X-Men from the Fox universe. That's him. Like he got to that level, right? And all these other ones from all these different worlds are here saying, oh, this is what you're doing. You're messing things up. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like Captain America, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, all from our, Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's going to be on a bigger scope and a bigger scale. Something that we're not prepared for. But you mentioned Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau is fighting Wanda, right?
Yeah.
I wanted it to be Nova. Like, I was like, oh my God, that's somebody, orange coming at him. But it makes sense. Monica Rambeau, especially with all the controversy and the connections that happened in WandaVision, right? Monica was trying to get in there to deal with Wanda. She knows him, has that kind of familiar relationship. It makes sense that she's coming in here. What doesn't add up necessarily is American Chavez's part.
So, yeah.
Where is she coming from in all this?
I think, one, her power set is kind of necessary in this. She can kind of hop dimensions and make portals and jump. Maybe she's like, almost like Peter Parker coming to Doctor Strange and be like, hey, there's a big problem here. Like, I jumped somewhere I shouldn't have. And she's kind of like the kid sidekick, per se, in this world where she's like, something's really wrong with the multiverse, and I'm coming to this person to see if he can figure it out. Or maybe she's the ruse, right? She was sent by the Illuminati Council to lure
I like
him
that.
into them. But I think there's one thing you might be a little off on with the Illuminati.
What do you think?
I think because they are multi-dimensional, multi-universal characters, yes, I think that was 100% Patrick Stewart's X-Men, Professor Xavier. Which, no, I don't think that's going to bring in all the X-Men from that world. Maybe some, but it definitely is the first step. As we just saw all the Peter Parkers and Spider-Man, this is the next step to bring those Fox franchises in. I think we might see Reed Richards in this because he's a mainstay of the Illuminati. But I think also an alternate dimension Doctor Strange. We're getting a bunch of different Doctor Stranges, and Benedict Cumberbatch is kind of playing them all. Why not have one that kind of made it to the council?
One is 100% on the council. There's no doubt about that.
One has to be there. And the other option is someone like a Tony Stark, because Tony Stark is a mainstay. And who the hell made those Ultron Sentry bots?
I can definitely see
unless it's Hank Pym.
No, I think Robert Downey Jr. being on that council again, making that cameo appearance, makes the most amount of sense to me. It's like, oh, here he is. Like, he's dead in the universe, we're not getting him. But then we see this Illuminati, this intelligent council, and it's all the world's greatest minds all right there. You're like, oh my God. Like, I know what all you guys do in your, like, in theory, like Iron Man does this, Reed does that. I'm familiar with this. And everybody in the audience is just going to lose their mind. It just, as much as I want to be like, that's going to be this huge important thing, this Illuminati Council also can't and shouldn't exist. And what I mean by that is, like, we have all this stuff that's happening here, and we know in the rest of the Marvel Universe, like, crazy stuff is going to happen. If we have this council and this council stays, in the back of everybody's mind, whenever something crazy goes on, we're going to be like, all right, where's this Magic Council when Dormammu's attacking? Where's this when this is happening? And, like, I think it's going to be there, but I think ultimately this Illuminati Council will get destroyed by one of these darker Stranges, and then our Strange is going to have to defeat that Strange and kind of like create a level playing field, if you will. I think that's what's going to end up happening at the end of this movie.
I mean, I guess, but my problem with that is, number one, the audience just has to, like, one, it's managing your expectations, but two, it's just getting what you're seeing, right?
Yeah.
The other side of this is you're not going to bring the Illuminati just to, and the massive amount of star power in the Illuminati just to either destroy them in one movie, or let's say it does happen, right, where they're like, hey, the council gets destroyed by like the evil Strange or something like that, that was hiding amongst them the whole time, or Wanda destroys it because she's like, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? And it becomes a nuisance down the line. If you bring in the Illuminati, there's no way it's going away immediately. There's too many geniuses on it. There's too many massive players. Like there's a chance Namor's on this as well. You saw a guy kind of walk in with really long hair, almost looking like an elf. That could be Namor or a form of Namor that we see on this. I think this movie, Multiverse of Madness, you got to also listen to the title, right? It's as much as we saw the door opening in Spider-Man, I think this is going to leave that door open to the even crazier. I like that. I'm not saying we're going to see, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine come in. But at the same time, even I'm okay with just the acknowledgement that they're real, right? The acknowledgement that these movies were not absolutely worthless and in vain, and that somewhere in the multiverse they exist and these characters exist. If Wanda finds that out, do we get a mutant moment where
maybe.
it's almost the reverse of House of M, where she's kind of like, I need more people like me who understand, or like she just wishes it. We saw her go visit herself in WandaVision, basically. Does she kind of wish for that, and kind of reality warps itself because of the Illuminati and her knowledge that she shouldn't have about these other characters? So there's so many possibilities. I totally think that's Maria Rambeau coming in. I don't think it's Carol Danvers.
I agree.
Because of that connection from WandaVision. But this has a very almost larger than life Loki feel to me, Rob. It does. And for two reasons. Number one, look at it. Number two, the writer from Loki is also co-writing this movie.
Yeah.
So you have that spectacle of the door opening. And the last person I think could be on the Illuminati is a Kang variant. I think it's totally possible.
That'd be really cool.
Or He Who Remains variant.
I mean, these all could be just different Kang variants, right? And they could just say that it's this, and then it takes us right back to Loki.
Kang. Everyone's Kang.
I'd be down for a Patrick Stewart Kang. I have no qualms about that. But like, there's just so many different theories and so many different rabbit holes we could go down to. But we want to hear your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. After watching the Multiverse of Madness 2 trailer, let us know all your crazy theories down in the comments below.
And guys, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, really helps the channel out a lot. If you're new, subscribe, turn those notifications so you don't miss any more of our trailer breakdowns. We got a couple more for the Super Bowl that we are going to be going over, and you do not want to miss it. And if you missed anything on the channel, make sure you check it out right here for you at any time. And as always, I'm Chris Heller. That's Rob Moran. We're the Jersey Comic Crew, and we'll see you next time.